What's going on, you guys? Welcome to the Racy Podcast. This is your host, Cristopher Zamora. Welcome to the show. So today, guys, I want to speak to you about the movie called Smile 2. This is a sequel to the original movie of Smile, the one that came out in 2022. I had to say, man, after seeing this movie for the past few days, I had to say that this movie is actually better than the first one. Cause at first, when I first saw this movie, like after seeing it, I thought that there's no way that this movie can compete with the original one. But then, like I thought about it, like I really, really thought about it, and yeah, Smile 2 it is better than the original Smile movie. The reveal that came out in the first one, on the last scene of the whole creature, that creature is very scary. It's like one of the scariest creatures I've ever seen in a horror film. And I don't think anything can surpass that. But like the movie overall, I think like just the story overall and just how you were more engaged with the main character, the one that came out in Smile 2, I had to say that it's just way better. Sky Riley's character, played by Naomi Scott, she did a wonderful job playing this character, and it just brought everything much better, to be honest. I'm not saying that the original movie wasn't as great, but I think just the story overall, it's just like how everything was more at stake, like everything was much more bigger. I think that's why Smile 2 was just a better movie. Don't get me wrong, man. Smile 1 is gonna be a cult classic, but Smile 2, I think most of like people might enjoy it the most. There's this one scene, man. I think probably that might be the scariest scene throughout the whole movie. It was when she was in her closet, and then like she saw all these people, which was her fans, all smiling at her, and when she was trying to get away, they kept on following her and smiling. Dude, that shit was so scary. I couldn't believe it, man. And like every single time like she turned around, like she tried to look away or something, there was more people right there, right? But like those people, they were staying still, but the ones that she was looking away, they kept on coming closer to her, just like sneaking. Dude, what a crazy movie, to be honest. Smile 2 is one hell of a movie. Like it first started with the original guy, the one that came out in the first movie. He survived, and he had the curse on him the whole time, and he was surviving at least like for 6 days or so. I think like his purpose, he wanted to get the curse out or to pass it to somebody else. But the thing is, it just didn't work out the way he wanted to. And so another person that wasn't supposed to be there saw him killing somebody else. And it just passed on through that person. That person is the person that Sky Riley knows, which is her friend. And her friend, well, you guys know if you have seen the trailers, that he was the one that killed himself because of the freaking monster that went inside of him. Like he got the huge weight on him, and he just smacked his face with it, you know. And that's how Sky Riley, the character, actually got the curse on her. Just like the aspect of her, like being a pop star, trying to survive as a celebrity. Before, like she had like substance abuse, and she's just trying to recover. I think that's what made the whole story of her more compelling than the original movie. And I think that's why it works more for Smile 2, to be honest. Like at first, like I mentioned, I thought that Smile 2 wasn't as great at first, but then I gave myself a couple of days. I really thought about it, and yeah, Smile 2, it is great. Just like the ending alone, man. Wow. I want to say that I was expecting it, but it was surprising. I was shocked to see that they actually ended it that way. it was her looking at the creature, right? She was on the stage and it got in her. The creature, it went inside of her, and now she was possessed. And like, you know how the story goes. Every single person that sees somebody get murdered, well, the curse passes on to them now. And a whole crowd of people actually saw her, which was insane, dude. A whole crowd of people saw her get killed, and now the curse is gonna continue on into people. It's like a virus now. That's the crazy part, dude. They actually made it like a virus. Now that people have this, now it's just gonna pass on through to anybody else, like their friends, their neighbors, their girlfriend or boyfriend, their parents. It's just gonna keep on passing on and on until maybe everybody single-handedly dies. Well, I don't know how they're actually gonna continue on with Smile 3. Smile 3, man. I wonder how they're gonna pull it off with this one. Smile 2 was crazy, man. like I said, that was my favorite scene when she was getting away from her fans on the closet. She was just running away, and those people, they were just going after her, smiling and crazy, man. That was just so insane. And also there was this scene where she was looking at herself when supposedly there was some guy that supposedly was going to help her get the curse out of her. And that whole thing, man, it was all imaginary. And it turns out it was just the whole monster thing all along. It was playing tricks on her the whole time, and I think it just messed with everybody. Like the audience, like they thought that this was a real guy and he was going to help her, but no, it was all fake. This wasn't a real guy at all. I think that's why it made this movie worked out a lot. When she saw herself with her black hair, it was a demon all along, and like those scary eyes that just came out of nowhere, dude. That part, they can get me. And also like the part when she was just giving out a speech, then you got to see her boyfriend, which is the actor of Jack Nicholson's son. I forgot his name. Let me see. Jack Nicholson's son. Let me see. His name is Ray Nicholson. So Ray Nicholson, he played Sky Riley's boyfriend, and he kind of does look like Jack Nicholson, to be honest. When he was smiling, he seemed like just like how his father looked like in the Shining movie. They look just alike. That was insane, man. That was an insane scene as well. But yeah, man, Smile 2 was a scary movie, and I gotta give it to them, man. They did a wonderful job. And Parker Finn, that's the director who made Smile 1 and 2. I have to keep my eye on this guy, man, because he knows how to make scary movies. To be honest, man, that freaking Smile 1 movie, it was a game changer. It was something original that he just brought, and with Smile 2, it was something else as well. I gotta give it to him, man. He did a great job directing this movie, and I think he was the writer as well. Yeah, see, he's the writer and director for this 2 films, so Smile 1 and 2. So let's see how he continues creating this franchise. I don't know, man. I really have no idea how they're gonna continue with Smile 3. Let's see if it's actually good or not, to be honest. I did enjoy Smile 1, but Smile 2, I just gotta give it a little bit, just a little bit, man, just a little bit more, a better ranking. Like at first I gave Smile 1, like at first I gave Smile 1 and 8.5, but now looking at Smile 2, I have to give this movie a 9, to be honest. They're almost head to head, but like Smile 2 is just a little bit better, to be honest. And it worked, man. This movie did work, and let's see what other movies he comes out with, Parker Finn. This guy is a great director for horror movies. I'm excited to see what he comes up next. And yeah, that is it for that, guys. Now I want to move on to Ilia Topuria versus Max Holloway. I just finished watching this fight, man, and what I told you, I freaking knew it that Ilia Topuria was gonna KO this guy. Even though he has never been knocked out before, this guy is just special, man. Topuria is just one hell of a fighter. Max Holloway has never been knocked out before in his UFC career, and this was the first time it ever happened to him. Nobody saw it coming. I freaking knew that he wasn't going to be in any trouble against Max Holloway. I was just that confident in Ilia Topuria winning, and he did get the job done in round 3. That's when he knocked out Max Holloway. This guy is gifted, man. He even took out Alexander Volkanovski. He took him out on the second round. It just took him a little bit more to take out Max Holloway. But man, he got the job done. This guy is great. Let's see how long he can actually maintain that record, man, without getting beaten at all. And he has the champion, man. That was his first defense against one of the major guys of the UFC, Max Holloway. He just lost against Ilia Topuria. This guy is brand new, man. He's brand new into the scene, and he's just barely 27 years old. He's just getting started, dude. I'm excited to see his career and to see what other fights he's going to have next. Paddy the Baddy, I don't know, man. That guy's going to get whooped. That guy's going to get destroyed against Ilia Topuria. I don't know, man, if he can actually take him down or not, to be honest. That's going to be a bad fight for Paddy, to be honest. I know he's a better grappler than Ilia Topuria, but man, those striking punches that Ilia Topuria has, dude, they're just like bazookas or like freaking bombs on his hand. That guy is just that great, dude. There's just nobody right now that I see that can actually take him down or even give him a good fight, to be honest. And yeah, like a lot of people in the comment section of like posts I have seen from the actual fight before the fight actually took place, they say that Max Holloway was going to be the guy to beat Ilia Topuria. But nah, man, I freaking knew it. I freaking knew that Topuria was going to be the guy to take down Max Holloway. He was the first guy to knock him out, and he freaking did on round 3. I did not see the Hamza Chimaev fight because I was just barely getting food, and once I got home and turned on the TV, that's when they were barely starting with the Ilia Topuria fight, and I got to see only that fight, to be honest. And yeah, Topuria got the job done. Let's see who he's gonna fight next, dude. He has 16 wins and 0 losses. This guy is great. Let's see who else is he gonna fight next. And now, the last thing I wanted to speak to you about, guys, is about Alien Romulus. That movie actually did great, to be honest. And Alien Romulus, for me, I have to give the movie like probably like a 6 or a 7. I don't know. It's like I feel like it was alright. It wasn't the greatest Alien movie, but like I'm glad that it's going to get a sequel. If you did not know, Fede Alvarez, he was the guy who created the movie called Don't Breathe and also Evil Dead. He was the guy who created Alien Romulus. I was surprised when I first saw this. Like at first I wasn't paying attention to the like who wrote this movie and who directed it. But yeah, he was the guy who directed Alien Romulus, and like probably he's going to direct the second one for this Alien franchise. Let's see how it actually goes with this movie. Alien Romulus was okay. Like that last scene when they show the huge alien, I think that's what saved the movie for me. That was probably the best scene of the whole movie. If that scene did not exist, I don't think this movie would have been as great as people are saying that it is. So yeah, they are going to make a second one. They're going to continue with this franchise with Alien Romulus. So let's see what is going to happen next for this one. I am excited, man. You can never really get enough of Alien movies. So right now, like, I'm not playing Alien Isolation right now. I'm playing Silent Hill 2 still. Silent Hill 2 is a scary game. I'm not done with it, but I am enjoying my time with it. It's a very long game, and I just don't have very little time to play it. That's why I got my Steam Deck, and that's why when I have time, when I have precious time, man, I'm just able to play it as much as I can. But yeah, let's see how Alien Romulus 2 does. And yeah, guys, that's it for this podcast. Hey, thank you so much for listening. If you guys did made it this far, be sure to actually follow this podcast on whichever platform you are listening to it. If you are listening to it on YouTube, Spotify, Pandora, or any other streaming service, make sure to actually follow this podcast. And also recommend this podcast to a friend or neighbor that actually likes listening to stuff about combat sports, horror stuff, or anything pop culture related. Maybe they will enjoy this podcast as much as you do. And yeah, guys, that is it. Take care and live to the fullest. Bye.